Good video. So good I want to make a video reply, talk about related topics. What are the topics I'm going to talk about? I'm going to talk about religion, atheism, theism, fundamentalism, belief, and faith of five time. Alright, so what do I think atheism is? I think atheism is a belief that God is a concept that was created by humanity. What I mean by that, as soon as people came to the concept of God, it was just that, a concept that was make-believe. What I think theism is I think theists believe that God is a concept that has been consecrated by humanity. What I mean by that God existed pre-humanity, but as soon as humans got the understanding necessary to come to conclusion and belief in God, they ran with it and constructed stuff like religion. Now, what do I think religion is? I think religion, I guess I'll explain what I think the progression of religion is to what we know today as religion. I think that back in the day, when people came, the first humans, when they first started conceptualizing that thought and idea of God, it came to new understanding and new possible truth about this world and about this existence. And from this possible truth and this possible understanding about their existence, they came to have a certain feeling, a certain sense of awe, a certain sense of greatness, something greater than themselves, something bigger than themselves, something that had more meaning to them than just themselves. Who knows if it was from watching their offspring, or for coming to new understandings about the rain and thunder and fires or tornadoes. Who knows what it was about or what it came from, but I believe that it was an understanding that was brought by or brought up from this feeling of greatness, this feeling of a greater existence than just their basic existence. And as humanity continued to progress and language got better, they began to be able to communicate better, more complex ideas. From these complex ideas, we gained a better understanding about what these ideas meant to different people, and the certain ideas that seem true or seem more logical, continue to go on and continue to exist and continue to get preached. And then after writing came about, you could formulate ideas and formulate it, bring it to other tribes or other people within your community, and have a strict doctrine about what you think or what you believe about God. And then it brings me to what we now consider modern day religion, which is the outlining structure of what we consider to be God. So that's what religion is, in my opinion. It's the ability, or it's just the outline and certain characteristics that we can say that God is, and then showing a person this is what God is, and then say better believe because this is what the divine thing is, that we all know is true, this is what it is. And religion just takes a certain stance of authority because of the fact they want to act like they're divinely inspired to gain a certain level of control over the population. And the reason it does this, because of the fact I think that today is a money-making institution, and to a certain degree it also probably wants to help people gain a connection with the divine. I think at religion's best, it is an institution created to help people gain a connection with the divine. At its worst, an institution made to manipulate the masses into submission. I think it's a mixture of the two within our modern day age. I think religion has good and negative aspects. I don't think it's just one or the other. And you have to know a little bit about history to understand that. But yeah. But what was I going to say? So that's my thoughts on religion. And my thoughts on what fundamentalism is and belief is that what fundamentalism truly is when a person takes that certain outline of a religion that has been presented to them by a religion, and they take that and they intertwine it with their own personal perspective, their own viewpoint of the world, and they say this is the only viewpoint that one can have. That's when you get fundamentalism. It's a person who takes a certain outline of a certain subject or a certain topic and makes that whole viewpoint on that subject, that topic, the one and only perspective that they hold throughout their whole entire lives. And they intertwine it so deeply into their own psyche and within their own perspective to even question that belief or question any one of those beliefs is to question that person's right for existing, or to question their own validity of belief. Yeah, or it's a question of the validity of their belief or their beliefs, and that's why I think a lot of people, where the problem with Muslim fundamentalism comes in to play, is because of the fact that a lot of people in mosques were taught. Well, a lot of people in Islamic countries are taught in mosques. They're taught in their religion. And what happens when you connect your education and your religion and you intertwine them, it becomes nearly impossible to separate those two and actually understand what is my religion and what is my education. Because if you have two separate education, if you have education separate from religion, you can use your religion, your religious mind, and question your education. You can be like, well, I always thought we should be good to each other. Is morality subjective or objective? I believe morality is objective. And you can question from that religious sense, with that religious mind. If you take your educational mind, you can also question religion. You can say, well, I don't think the Earth is 6,000 years old. It seems a little bit older than that. The universe seems a little bit older than that. Well, I don't believe that, so I'm going to question that, and I'll come to a new perspective about that. That's not a fundamentalist, but a person who has those two so greatly intertwined within their own perspective, within their own perception, that they're unwilling to even question either or. That's a fundamentalist. A person who has taken a certain viewpoint, a certain perspective, and came to a hardline conclusion about it, to which they're unwilling to budge even an inch from. And I think atheists and theists alike can be fundamentalists. To say that it's just theists that are fundamentalists is fucking wrong. There's a lot of people out there that think that theism in general is just negative. It's a negative effect on our society. It's a parasite on humanity's growth and understanding, and we need to get rid of it. That's the fundamentalists. And a lot of people will not look for any way that God exists. A lot of people are just staunch atheists that will not look at any evidence or any understanding outside of their own personal conclusion or outside what they personally believe, and they just stick to it because of the fact their understanding, their education is so greatly intertwined with atheism. And it's great because a lot of atheists claim that they use science as a religion. Well, I don't know if they claim that, but hopefully you guys get what I mean. And yeah, and I'll give you an example. Atheists love to say, faith is evil, faith is this despicable thing, so on and so forth. And I would definitely disagree. Because if it wasn't for faith, I wouldn't be alive right now. Because I was going through something really hard at a point in time in my life. And the only thing that kept me going on was I was hoping God would do the impossible. And God did the impossible. And it was God. I'm not going to say it was anything else. It was God. God did the impossible. And He did it for me. But if it wasn't for the fact that I had faith, I would have killed myself because of the fact what I was dealing with was so overwhelming that I couldn't even come to any conclusion about how to actually deal with it. Or I didn't have any ability to actually deal with it and come to a conclusion how this could be positive or how something positive could come out of it. Because nothing positive could come out of it. But something did. Well, I guess the positive thing that came out of it is God helped me with it and I got rid of it. Or God got rid of it. Anyways, I digress. What else was I going to say? Fundamentalism, belief, and faith. See, atheists like to say they're more reasonable, rational, logical, than all, and more, I forget what the fourth one is, than their religious counterparts or their theistic counterparts. And I'm just going to say, I disagree. First off, atheists, you guys believe that this universe, first off, is just one-to-one, like you said, Professor Anton, so why question it? And that's where you take a huge leap of faith. Who's to say we're ever going to get a universe? Who's to say that universe is going to have life in it? Who's to say that this universe that has life in it would create thinking life? And who's to say that this universe that creates thinking life has no purpose for this thinking life whatsoever than to die? To realize its existence and then eventually die. To realize its existence and end it. Or have it end. That's what you guys believe. But you need to understand the leap of faith that's taken. You take the leap of faith of pre-universe to universe with thinking life, and that's just what was going to happen. That's a leap of faith. I don't care what the fuck you say, it's a leap of fucking faith. Faith is what you say, a belief without evidence. Well, you have no evidence that our universe was going to be like this. And you have no understanding where these laws of evolution and nature and gravity come from. So you have no evidence. I don't agree that that's what faith is. I think faith is a belief that requires trust. And that still applies to what I'm saying about you guys. A belief that requires trust. You trust that this universe that we have here and have now was going to happen previously or did happen. And because it did happen, there's no reason to question that. Which is like saying, I won the lottery, so everybody has a great chance of winning the lottery. It's bullshit. We're lucky. We're very lucky to live in this universe that we live in. And to say that it was just going to be here because it was going to be here is doing a huge disservice to the actual argument, the actual understanding of our origins. But yeah. But, I guess I got a little more time. What should I talk about? Faith? Yeah. Faith is awesome. Faith is good. Faith is really good. Some people but see, this is the thing. Faith gets confused with indoctrination, okay? There's a difference between indoctrination and faith. Faith is a belief that comes about from your own understanding personally to the higher creator or to the divine creation or divine power or divine existence, okay? That's what faith is. It's your understanding of your relationship with just you and the creator, okay? Or the divine whatever, or what the happening, so on and so forth. In a religion sense. That's what faith is. It's you and the creator. What indoctrination is you and what the people around you say the creator says, and how you need to follow the people who have made an interpretation of the creator, and you need to follow those people because of the fact that that's what you've been taught. There's a huge difference between indoctrination and faith. And like I said, it also goes back to having a certain perspective intertwined with your education, or having your education and your religious understanding intertwined. That's a huge freaking problem within today's world. But we don't really deal with it because we're always butting heads on freaking, no, atheism is right, religion is right. You know, I came to the conclusion a while ago, it doesn't matter really. If this cross stopped me from helping an atheist, I wouldn't wear it, okay? And I think that as people, we should come together to help one another. Not the religion. You know, a lot of people just want to help people within the religion. Fuck that shit. We need to help people, whether they're atheists, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, whatever. And atheists need to do the same thing. I mean, I think if a lot of atheists came to churches, if a bunch of atheists came to a church and like, you know what, we want to help you guys do community service, community work, because we think it's beneficial, and we think we could get more done if we work together. Those atheists would be the atheists that I could get behind, get down with all fucking day, and I'd be fucking happy to call them friends. And I have atheist friends. But I don't see that. It's like you guys are always trying to have a certain sense of superiority. I know it's human nature. Christians believe they're superior because they're the only ones going to heaven, or they think they're the only ones going to heaven. Jewish people think they're superior because they think they're the chosen people. As long as people feel they're superior because, well, they've been taught that they're superior, and they probably have other reasons, like virgins and stuff. Atheists think they're superior because they're more rational, more reasonable, and logical, you know. That's human nature. But once we get past our human nature and see each other as people, that's when we can really work to help each other and get stuff done. So, just some food for thought, and really enjoy the video. You guys have a good one. Peace.